Hey, I'm working on this 1952 Dodge Coronet, and I'm extending the wiring harness 12 inches on the steering column. And so I've got 39 wires here that I'm working on, and I'm systematically cutting each wire and adding a 12-inch length of wire. And I'm using this crimp tool, a ferrule crimp tool, and I'm using these ferrules here to make the connections. So I'm working through the process of extending all the wiring to my steering column by 12 inches. And I'm working now with the 14 gauge wires. So what I do is clip one systematically, one at a time, and that way there's no chance of getting the wires crossed or hooking the wrong wires up. So go ahead and cut one wire and strip it. And now I'm going to use, got a 12-inch piece of wire here that I've already cut. I'll just strip it back, both sides. And ferrule's a little bit larger for this one, being they're 14 gauge wires. I feed the wire in one side and then feed it in the other side. I feed it into the bell, the flared side last, because it makes it a little easier to do it. So I've got the wires crossed inside the crimp terminal. And so now I just feed the wiring in through this tool and line it up, make sure it's where I want it. And now the wires are crimped together here. Now I'm going to add in 2 pieces of heat shrink tubing. The smaller one, the smaller diameter will protect that connection. And then there's a larger diameter I use for the other connection. It's a little bulkier because I have to fold the wiring back. So I'm using the same ferrule here, same size. But this time I put the both wires enter through the flared side. Sometimes they go right on there, and other times they want to put up a little bit of a fight. There I have both wires inside the terminal. You can see it makes a pretty nice and tight and clean splice. Unfortunately, it's not an inline splice because of the design of the tool, but it's not bad. So I've got the heat shrink there. I'm going to go ahead and apply the heat. Shrink this side down. So I'm extending all the wires by 12 inches so I can properly route it in the firewall better. It's always been a little short, and this is a factory wiring harness, but it's in a it's been modified for use in some other vehicle, so have to make some changes to it. But these same techniques could be applied to any sort of wiring harness change you want to make, or just a repair if you want to repair your wiring harness. Around here we get a lot of squirrels that damage car wiring harnesses. So that's it. There's a few more here to go on this one.